If I make love, will I see you again? If I make love, 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 love. If I make love, 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 love. If I make love, will I see you again? I don't know what the question is, but we need to make love. But will I see you again? Yes, you'll see. Will I see you again? If I make love, if I make love to you, will I see you again? Yes, you'll see me, see me, see me. All alone. Yeah. You make sweet love. I make it good. I make it good to you, baby.
That's amazing. That's amazing. That was Michelle A. I don't know if you know anything about Michelle A, but back in the day, she was a fine, fine sister. She had a voice like a little child. And I think one time she was on the Maury show to help get that voice together. You know, and that's the last I think I've seen on actual television. So, I know the video cuts off every 15 or 16 minutes, you know, it's really, really unreliable, but on the Facebook, it allows you to at least 15, 20 minutes, I think it's 20 minutes, so Facebook is much, much better, but everybody uses the YouTube. They say, well, why not put it on YouTube? So, you are right now watching the broadcast of what I'm saying, and others are listening to the show, so they don't know if I'm a white man, black man, or Chinese man. Konnichiwa! You know, so they don't know. But it's good, and also it helps those who I talk about to be held accountable with who I am and what I'm saying. But everything I say here, I back it up. What I was saying before the commercial break, I said that we can't broadcast music on the YouTube because YouTube just sent me an email about the copyright law. But yet over the radio, I can play what I want to play. And I pay them the royalties or whatever. So they say keep radio free, and you keep radio free. Matter of fact, I think I paid $16 flat. And out of $16, you know, 10 cents here and 10 cents there, so it gives me 160 royalty tokens, you know, if you look at it that way. So anyway, what I said, week before last, we had Eddie Long on the show. I don't even say punk ass Bishop, so I just say Eddie Long. And we were talking about the molesting these children, and he says that nothing was forced, and I didn't do this, I didn't do that, and I gave them everything they wanted, everything they need, blah blah blah. And I said, oh, was that a confession? So then he comes at me and it's like, I'm not going to sit here while you're playing word games, because you're playing word games. And I wanted to say, fuck you. You know, fuck you. This is my show. But I didn't do that because you don't want to be so strict and slapped in the face with a guest, because it'll hinder you from getting other guests. And I felt it deep down. Because how you gonna sit here and say I'm playing word games when I'm only saying and trying to confirm what he just said? So he clears it up by saying I gave them everything they wanted in reference to the cars and the clothing from the church. And I just burst out, sir, that's bullshit. Why would a church give teenage children a car? What is the purpose? Let the mama drive them where they got to go. Let the bus system take them where they got to go. If they're going with you, you drive them around where they got to go. So let's just have a win. So he took the headphones off and threw them down and he left. And that's how it ended. Now, what the media is saying, I don't know. But I know he's paying a hell of a lot to keep the media out of the case. I mean, we had an exclusive. And see, when I do an exclusive, I want the truth. Don't give me no temporary version of the truth. Or some bread that you done cut off the crust and gave me the crust. Or you give me some wheat bread and everybody else got potato bread. No. Give me what you got. Don't give me what you want me to have. Give me what you got. And that's just how I do business, in your face. So that was that. We've had some shows where the people have gotten violent. We've had some shows where they take some water and splash it in my face. Especially that white girl. Can't remember her name right now, from Jersey Shore. Everybody saying she hot. And I said she was a ham. A hot ass mess. A ham. And I'm not really big on mixing the races. If you like a white girl, you're a black man with a white girl, good for you, OJ. But it's not for everybody. And then somebody say, well, it's all pink on the inside. That's nasty. It's not all pink in the inside. You got rare, and then you got uncooked. Rare, uncooked. Rare, uncooked. And there's a big difference. Because that uncooked stuff give you worms. So they say. But anyway, I'm not knocking it. Whatever floats your boat. If you want to be with a dude, be with a dude. Want to be with a girl, be with a girl. Want to be with the animal, be with the animal. Want to be with a horse, be with a horse. Now, speak about horses. This shit here. And you talking about why I don't watch HBO. I was up one night watching HBO. And it was this movie about a man who had sex with a horse. And some portions were comical as hell. But the majority of it was sickening. It really, really upset my stomach and let my food get cold because I couldn't eat it. The man he had the horse, had this thing in his mouth. Can't think what it's called right now. As many times as I went horseback riding. Bit. He had a bit in his mouth. The neigh, and he pulled the horse by his teeth up in the air, so the horse would stand up on 2 feet, and then the man backed his butt up into the horse, and the horse was just ramming up in him. Now, a horse's cock is the human fist, the same size as your heart. That's the dickhead of a horse. After the thing gets up inside you, it expands to about the size of your fist. So people who like that fisting, fine, that's nasty. But like an umbrella, once it goes in, it opens up, and that's when it does a lot of damage. Had cut him up real bad inside, internal bleeding and everything, and that's how he died. Had a whole thing on this DVD. So the part that was funny, that's the sickening part, because they was watching the video and getting sick, and I was like, well, what in the hell is happening? What's going on? So the inspectors had contacted the mom and dad and had them in an interrogation room, and he was playing a tape, the DVD, with the son ramming his ass up into the horse's cock, and the mother was, I don't want to see, no. So she turned her head Inspector said, "Turn your head around, you will look. Turn your head around." So she stood there fighting not to keep from looking, and he turned her head around, making her look. And that part was comical because she's sitting there suffering over something she didn't know nothing about, but she knew the man couldn't ride the horses, but he was buying these horses. What was he doing with them? He wasn't eating them. So, and then the horses would wind up sick. I don't know why they wind up sick. I guess they had the AIDS or something. I don't know, but it was animal abuse. I can't think of the name of that movie, but it was something with a W. But if you just Google man having sex with a horse, it'll come up because it was a movie. It's not on demand anymore because it was, I think I only watched it once. That's how terrible it was. I didn't want to see it no more. And he wound up dead, and that's how he got caught. Now, if he wanted to be so secretive, he should have hid all his evidence and then went off somewhere and died. But he died before he could hide anything. Called his wife and said he wouldn't be back home, couldn't make it. So his butt was probably bleeding everywhere. And you could hear the man, they didn't play the tape, but you could see glimpses of him being rammed in the butt by the horse. And you could hear the sound effects. Ooh, oh, ooh, oh, ooh, ooh, ah, ooh. And that part was comical because it wasn't a pleasurable ooh. It was like somebody getting fucked up type of a ooh. Like he was trying to get off the horse, but by expanding inside of him, he couldn't get off until the horse got off. No pun intended. And it was something with a W. I think it was called Wurlitz or Wuritz or something like that. But don't waste your time. I mean, literally, if you don't eat before you watch it, you're not going to eat. It was terrible. Faster is a pretty good movie. 2012, pretty good movie. I went to the theater to see Denzel with The Unstoppable, and that was good. It could have been a little better. You know, it was too much conversation in it for me. The conversation ate up the damn movie. But it was a true story. As a matter of fact, I was in not Hunt Valley, the next town under Hunt Valley. Well, I guess you call all that area is Hunt Valley, but that's where I was. Sparks. I was in Sparks, Maryland at the time, but that train had got loose, and everybody was talking about this evacuation plan and all that shit. So it never happened. You know, they had staged us to evacuate, but nothing happened. And I believe it was last year in that same area of Sparks, a tractor trailer was going down the road, ran into the light rail, had debris all over the place. He never stopped for the train. Train was coming, he just kept on going. And I see this a lot, because when I used to be a CDL instructor and teach people to drive with the CDL, I always say you stop at the train tracks. If the light is green, put on your flashes and you slow down and you hesitate. If the light is red and you stop, you got time to open your door and all of that stuff. So when it does turn green, you're already at the hesitation mode to listen and go. It's better to double check and triple check than to not check at all. And I've seen trucks go through it, the trailers go through it with nobody hesitating and stopping. They just assume that those lights are good and those arms don't malfunction. Now, if you're familiar with Wire Airport, those arms malfunction all the time. You know, a lot of times the train coming and the arms don't come down. And thank goodness they have a safety feature which will prevent that train from rolling if the arms don't come down. So they got these guys come out there and they pull the arm down and hold it so the train can come down the street. And then once it gets a